This is my top 3 mistakes that I made being a young, iron, bug-bitten bodybuilder in pursuit of greatness. Bodybuilding is still a love of mine, but I believe that there's some things you got to be careful, you know? You got to be on the guard. So for all of you young bucks, for all of you guys that are into working out, here's the 3 mistakes that I made when I was first getting started. The first one is probably the most important thing, all right? And that's opportunity cost. I know that the bodybuilding community, aesthetics, it's all seductive. We sort of get pulled into this world. We look at Arnold, we look at guys like Lou Ferrigno, Frank Zane. We want to be great. We want to, by looking at them, we see what these, a couple of these great guys have achieved, and we get pulled into that world. All right? But you got to be careful when you give too much of your time to bodybuilding, to working out, and that lifestyle. Look, it's very simple. If you're going to become a professional bodybuilder and make any kind of money or have any real sort of impact in that sport, you're going to have to do drugs. All right? That's as simple as that. No one was telling me that. I was like, fuck yeah, man, I got good genetics. Natty all the way. I'll get to where I need to be natty. It came a point, I don't want to do drugs. There's no way I'm going to do drugs. This is not for me. So I had to eventually, 5-6 years later, give up on that dream. That's not the only reason. You're going to have to do drugs. And there's also a lot of time and money that goes into competition bodybuilding. All right? There is, those nights where you're antisocial because you're going to the gym. The sacrifices that you make because you think that the gym will get you to where you want to be in life. A lot of people associate fitness with being successful. And in a way, it's true. Health is one of the biggest things that we all need to be healthy. But when it comes to this, bodybuilding, it's just like self-development. There's a lot of different pillars. All right, this is just one facet. Just one thing that you're doing that combines in a whole. You don't want to leave out everything else. Opportunity cost. What is this time spent doing this when you could be doing something else that is better? All right, so competition is not cheap. The time, the focus, if you're only thinking about getting bigger, building muscles, it's in trap a lot of young guys do. And I've seen it, man. They stop playing high school sports. They stop doing and hanging out around with good friends. They cut out everything else and they make these sacrifices just so they can pursue bodybuilding. I did that, right? I was homeschooled 12th grade. Obviously, it took some convincing on my part, but I told my mom, I had just having so hard time in school. I fucking told her that because I just wanted to go to the gym twice a day. That's all I did, man. That's all I did. And it hindered me in some other ways. You want to have that up, right? But you also want your social up. You want to be, thinking about your future. You want to be focusing on your studies. You just want to be a complete. This is your time that you're going to start being complete, man. All right, so just a word of caution. The second thing is bulking up. All right, I've got stretch marks. You guys probably can't see them because they've faded, but I've got stretch marks here on my back. Nasty stretch marks in the beginning. Pink, thick, worm-like suckers on my arms, on my biceps here. You might be able to see. You might be able to see that. Poor diet. I was eating 3 bowls of Honey Bunches of Oats. I was doing whatever it took so I can smack on some more mass. I was eating protein bars. I didn't even know what they had in them. I was eating protein powder. Literally, I was putting that shit in my oatmeal. Right? No water needed. I was throwing everything back. Anything to get the calories in so that I could get more muscle. The dangerous thing here is that you start blowing up. You don't realize how much the food impacts your mentality. You might be anxious because you're eating a lot of junk. And you could very well solve it by just eating cleaner whole foods with less processed food, sugars, and unhealthy fats. It's really that simple. I recommend, if you're trying to gain muscle, do it slow. Long and steady wins the race, all right? Long and steady. If you gain a bunch of weight, you're gonna get nasty stretch marks quick, if you gain too quick. And when it comes time to cut for summer or your show, you're going to lose more muscle, all right? And you're off season, or just if you're a normal gym goer, you're going to not feel that good. You're gonna be sweating unnecessarily. You're gonna just feel uncomfortable in your shirts because you're not meant to be fucking fat. You should probably be hovering around 10%. No more than that. All right, no more. And the poor diet makes your skin less elastic, less supple. You get nasty stretch marks. All right, so clean weight gain. All right, I will never bulk again in my life. It'll always be eating clean foods. The final thing is, again, an opportunity cost, but spending too much money on supplements and fitness-related gear, you could say. And when I say gear, I don't mean gear, all right? I was working at GNC when I was, I think it was like 18. Spent half my paycheck at GNC because I got a discount. And it's easy to do. I was living at home. This is my goal. This is my dream. Why not put it all into that? Look, someone should have smacked me upside the head. Be smart with your money, guys. You guys in your teens, early 20s, whoever you are. You should, when you're living at home and you're making, there's a cash flow, you should be putting all of that away. All right? If you could put, if you say you know, maybe you got a car payment or maybe you got to pay your phone bill, put the rest of it away. That's a time for you to save up, man. Because then when you have to leave the house, you could just pay for the year of the apartment. Or you could just invest into buying, say, a nice used Honda Civic that isn't going to give you any problems, last you years. Instead of just going out and getting all these guys driving these Bumblebee and Transformer, you know? Fucking whatever if you drive that, you know, nice car. But it's just like you see how people spend their money. This is a time you get a nice little lump sum. You get out. Now you have some you can play around with. You can invest. You can start. You want to start a YouTube channel? You can buy a nice camera. You want to start something new? You want to invest in crypto? Oh, now you have it because you weren't buying all of this gym gear. You know, I see all these guys ordering Alpha Elite, Gymshark. They got a new piece of clothes every single workout. Dude, get some decent clothes and wear them. Wash them and wear them. Keep wearing them till they're mildewy. You know, it's like you be wise when it comes, because not everything is based off of how big you can get. It's really, you'll learn as you get older, it's wear and tear, and you'll start to want to expand. You want to be aesthetic, but you also want to be athletic. All right, so for those of you who have these dreams of just getting huge, these are a couple of the mistakes that I made. Taking way too many supplements, spending way too much money on supplements, bulking up too quick, all right, and not distributing myself in other important areas of life, not thinking about my future. All right, that's very important. I know it's seducing, it's seductive, but remember, you know, it's just one part of self-development. Working out alone, being aesthetic helps, but it's not going to make you successful. All right, love you, bros. I'll see you soon.